Today I'm going to show you 5 things you can do that will make you a better goalie. Chances are your competition is either not doing these things or not doing them consistently. If you want to become the #1 goalie on your team, play at a higher level, or be the goalie that no one can beat, you're going to want to watch this video. Number 1 is skating practice, and you already know how important skating is. I don't have to tell you that. But the problem here is that it's hard to find time to work on your skating. If you're not with your goalie coach, it can be tough to find time on the ice to actually work on skating. And the way that I would try to get around this is with the 5-minute system. And what that means is that we all can find 5 minutes throughout a practice or a game or anytime we're on the ice to work on our skating, to work on basic skating drills. Let's say you're at practice and the puck is in the other end. That is a perfect chance to work on basic shuffling, C-cuts, T-pushes, things like that. Or if you play in an adult league and you don't have practices, maybe you can stretch before you get on the ice and then use the warm-up time to get in an extra 5 minutes of skating practice. The key thing to remember is that 5 minutes adds up over time. And at first it doesn't seem like much, but if you do this consistently over the weeks and over the months, you'll notice that your skating will really improve. One important thing to remember here is that you need to have go-to skating drills that you can do without having to think about it. So pick 3 to 5 skating drills that you know how to do, that are very basic and simple, and whenever you get a chance, you can just do those drills without thinking about it. It's also helpful to have a couple other drills that you're working on that are new. Maybe something you saw an NHL goalie do, something you saw on YouTube or Instagram. Have that in your mind so that next time you're on the ice, when you get a chance, you can work on that drill. If you take this seriously and commit to 5 minutes every time you're on the ice, your skating will drastically improve over the coming months. Number 2 is have a checklist. It's important that you have a plan and you can track how well you're following that plan. No one gets good at anything by accident. You need to plan out your tasks and make sure you're accomplishing them on a daily and weekly basis. For example, your weekly routine could look like this: 2 days of weight training, 1 cardio workout, 2 hours of studying goalies on YouTube, and 3 stretching sessions. And then your daily checklist could be this: 5 minutes of meditation, wake up with the sun and go outside, go to bed before 11 p.m. As you do these things, you can check them off either in a notebook or on your phone. This keeps you better organized, it keeps you on track, and it also gives you a confidence boost because you're confirming to yourself that you keep promises and that you're working towards a bigger goal. You'll find that a lot of successful people do things like this. They have daily and weekly planners, and I think that once you start doing this, you won't want to stop. Number 3 is lift weights. Nothing can transform your goaltending off the ice like simply getting stronger. And the best thing is that this doesn't need to be complicated. Yes, there are a variety of exercises you can and should do, but if you want to keep it simple, you can pick one exercise and just focus on that one consistently over the next weeks and months. So for example, like I talked about in a previous video about the squat, you pick the squat, any variation you like, and you do it 1 to 2 times a week, and you make sure that every workout or every week you're trying to get stronger at that exercise. You're adding more weight, you're doing more reps. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. As you get stronger, you'll notice that your skating improves, you get less tired on the ice, and you have better control on every movement. Number 4 is watch hockey. Every time I watch hockey, I learn something, whether it's a game that I'm watching live, whether it's highlights on YouTube, or whether I'm watching an NHL goalie in practice or in a warm-up. There's always something that I'm noticing. I'm picking up something that I'm gonna try the next time I'm on the ice. And I've done this for years. I've always done this when I watch goalies. There's always something you can learn. Not only that, but subconsciously, if you watch enough hockey, you start to pick up on things and you start to know what people will do in certain situations. That's really what anticipation is. You've trained your brain to see different situations and know what's likely to come next. This one is really important because we can't always get on the ice and we're not gonna spend all our off-ice time training in the gym. We need to recover as well. But if you want to get better at goaltending without really even having to move, this is a great thing to do. Just watch hockey, watch it consciously, so take notes of things that you're seeing, and watch it subconsciously too. Just watch hockey, don't think about it. All that information will go into your brain and you'll learn new things and you'll become much better at anticipating plays and you'll become a much better goalie. And number 5 is have other hobbies and interests. Hockey shouldn't be the only thing you do. For one, it's nice to have other things to fall back on when hockey's not going well. For example, if you feel like you're in a slump, it's nice to have other activities and hobbies and interests that give you confidence, that boost your self-esteem, and that allow you to keep your mind busy and occupied so you're not stressing about things that aren't working at hockey at this point in time. But I'm also a big believer in getting better at something by doing other things that aren't directly related. An example from the other week is I got a message from a goalie who had stopped playing and started doing martial arts. And he noticed that when he went back in net after, I think, several years off the ice, he felt stronger, he had a better mental game, his hand-eye coordination had improved. And this all happened without any ice time at all. He was doing martial arts, he was doing something completely different, but the things and the skills that he learned from doing martial arts carried over to hockey. And that happens with a lot of other things, not just martial arts. That can happen with tennis or soccer or any other physical activity, but you can also improve your hockey by doing things that aren't physical activities. Training your mind by doing things like math problems, learning a new language, reading a book. These things build and strengthen neurons in your brain that also will improve your reaction time, and it will contribute in many different ways to making you a better goalie. I really believe that the more well-rounded we are, the better we can be at goaltending. Obviously, you need to spend that time working on your game. You need to be on the ice, you need to be in net, but there are many other hours in the week that you're not going to be able to focus on goaltending. And if you do other things, other hobbies and interests, these things will add up and they will improve your goaltending as well. Your options are really unlimited, so try new things, don't be afraid to fail, and you'll see that you can improve your goaltending without even going on the ice. I hope you found these 5 things helpful. There are way more than 5 things that we can do to become a better goalie, and I'm going to share those in future videos, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. In fact, if you want to see a video about 10 things goalies should do every day, make sure you click and watch this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.